You have the Honorable Mahad and Lillian and Gloria online with Helene and myself. Thank you all for your service.
Hello.
Hello, Rukia.
Good afternoon, President Rukia and Rotarians.
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, our partners, and also good morning, our mother club, Arua, and the rest of the Rotarians. Good afternoon, my Uganda Rotarians.
And the Honorable Mahad.
Good morning. Good afternoon.
I hope everyone is okay. You're most welcome for today's meeting. We are sorry we locked up. We were for community dialogue that side of Luzidan. There was also rain. We could not catch up with the time, but thank God that we are here. We are supposed to start our meeting with the order of fellowship as usual, and our door has been locked. So we could not say the Rotary rituals right now. And I think we're going to go at the sound first. Yeah, I think. Okay, then Christine is going to take us to the Rotary Grace. Then the treasurer will take us to the loyal toast. Then our Zamida will take us through the forward test. Then for the object of Rotary, we cannot read through the head. It's lengthy, and those are things we shall also be read. Those are things, that's the thing we shall not read, but for the final toast, I'll say it myself. Thank you so much. That wasting time, I think then Christine is going to take us through.
Thank you so much. The Rotary Grace will be said by me. Of the things we say, for what we are to receive and what we are about to receive, may we be truly thankful and ever mindful of the needs of the less privileged. Amen.
Thank you very much. I'm going to say
the loyal toast.
To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda.
To His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda. The forward test is going to be said by Zamida.
Of the things we think, say, or do. First, is it the truth? Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will it build a goodwill and better friendship? Fourth, will it be beneficial to all the concerned?
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, somebody could not read the object of Rotary because it's a bit lengthy. And I think from there we are sitting down. Yeah, thank you so much. I thank the partners. I also thank my fellow Rotarians and non-Rotarians who are with us. You're most welcome for today's meeting. Today I'm going to start with the update of this week. In today's update, we had a community dialogue and a health talk. There was a community dialogue in the village called Morodu and also Odropi village. We had a community dialogue in it. Then we also had a health talk in the villages of Nutwa and Mazanga, that is about malaria. And today we also had a community dialogue in the village called Luzira about malaria. Those are villages which are taken by, which are malaria partners implementing this project in. And today we are grateful for Malaria Partners International. And also we're also grateful to our partners. We also grateful to Joint Medical Stores. We received anti-malaria drugs from Joint Medical Stores, which photos are posted on the platforms. Malaria Partners and also the Rotary Club. We are grateful for that. And we have been as we're in the community dialogue, we also went telling members that we have already received the drugs. And I think from next week, either over the weekend, we're going to start test and treat. We're going to start test and treat in these 8 villages where we're implementing the malaria project in. With me, I was not alone. Also concerning the latrines in Ramanda. Ramanda has so far built 5 latrines. The 6th is on the construction, construction is under construction. As I went to visit Ramanda this morning, I went to the field and I found out that the 5 latrines, they already built them. 1 was under construction, and the construction team were at the site. We are hopefully by next week, Ramanda will have finished its construction of its latrines. Oh, concerning Matangana has so far built 8 latrines. The rest are under construction. And one of their members who was also laying bricks and now again doing construction, they lost him. They were for a funeral, and the last funeral rite was yesterday. We are hopeful that they will recover from the death of their fellow friend. And we are hopeful that next week they can be in position to do at least either 12 latrines. Thank you so much. That was update from me. I went to the field, I was not alone. My colleagues from Rotary Community RCC went together with them. Yeah. He's called Jamal Jamason. I think he's with us. Will also give us update on what he has.
Yes, hello team. My name is Jamason Jamal, one of the RCC member. Just like Rukia said, I really want to appreciate. We were moving to the field hand in hand together simply because we were looking at how best we can be able to do in the community as Rotary and RCC. Just like the way she said, we had the 2 community dialogues where we were able to involve community members and the existing structures like BHTs and the LCs. These are the stakeholders at the community level, including the health assistant that works at the health facilities, simply because we wanted them to understand, and they also really take upon themselves to see what best as a stakeholders they can do as far as there's elimination of malaria. We were able to register so many people, around 40 participants that were so much vivid in participation. We zero it into community dialogue simply because we wanted them to understand at the community setting what could be their own definition, what is the malaria and what causes malaria, what best approach can they do as a community. And those are the interventions to ensure that there's zero malaria in our communities. So much, I was really so much impressed because their responses, much of the things that they were saying are exact things that are really supposed to be done. I was so much happy. So we really brainstormed a lot. We also put one of the LC members also actually made a kind of commitment saying that on his behalf, he's going to ensure that the information about the sensitization should reach to each and everyone, and also ensure that each and everyone in the community where he is should be able to test and treat if found positive. By and large, I've just realized that it is really people are really positive about Rotary, and they are very happy for Malaria International as well. Thank you very much for listening. Back to you, Rokia.
We also have one of our RCC member also went for a health talk yesterday, and here he gives an update.
Thank you so much. I'm one of the RCC members. The approach of reducing malaria prevalence, 80 villages implemented by Rotary Club has the activities, which are very many. As my previous speaker commented, one was the community dialogue, there is health talk, and there is also radio talk show to make sure there is a comprehensive approach to make sure that malaria prevalence is reduced. So yesterday we went in 2 villages of target area, that is the Ndundwa and the Masanga, whereby we send a pre-recorded message loaded on boda as we move around in the villages. The message is entirely about the reduction of malaria, where people are requested to make sure they make the correct practices of reducing malaria prevalence. And also these other activities which are going, like the community dialogue and also test and treat, we made sure we communicated the schedule of doing all these activities, especially tomorrow. There will be health talk in Ndundwa and Mazanga. Rather, there will be community dialogue in Ndundwa and Mazanga. And following these other activities of health talk and the community dialogue will be followed by mass testing in all these 8 villages. So the purpose of making sure that health dialogue and rather health talk and the community dialogue should take place before the test and treat is that people should get enough information such that when it reaches the day of test and treat, all the people will be present, because the day is being such that those people or the learners, the children who are in school, they will be present during that time, Saturday, Sunday. So this is the update I can give on the activity which we carried yesterday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, our RCC members. I thank you for so much. We have been working hand in hand. And still there was a question which was posed in the one of the villages we went in. They are saying that since now we are bringing anti-malaria drugs to these villages, 8 villages, and all these 8 villages have neighbors, would there be sharing of the drugs, since it's for, if we have around 8 villages, that is, we have Ndundwa, we have Mazanga, we have Luzira, we have Uyaru, we have Kuti, we have Boma, we have Morodu, and we have Odropi. Will there be sharing of these drugs with the neighbors, since all these villages have neighbors? So I told them, much as they posed that question, I cannot give answer to that, but still we are coming for a meeting. We shall discuss that in the meeting. Then we shall give them the update once we go back for test and treat. Thank you so much. It was update from us. And update from, I can see the youth chair is online. Then, yeah, we also have, I think the other update was that the assessment forms Chris had sent for us to fill, and I think we filled them and I sent them to him yesterday. He has also acknowledged that he has received them. I also got that. And now it will be from, he had posed some other questions, and if there are some other questions, we could also, the members will also raise them, then we can as well also correct what was written, and that is all. That was from us, and any other update from the partners and the Rotarians, non-Rotarians is most welcome. Thank you.
Yeah, Rukia,
Yes, Helen?
as far as helping, as far as providing malaria drugs to the neighboring villages, would it be possible to determine how much each of these villages saves in medication and ask them if they could donate that to cover some testing and treating in other villages? Or is that realistic?
First come again. Pardon, Helen?
Maybe Chris, could you help me out on that? As a way to pay it forward?
So what Helene said was, is there any way to collect fees from the villages that are being helped and use them for the surrounding villages? And I don't, basically, if you don't use all of you, if you have to serve the 8 villages you committed to, because otherwise Malaria Partners International will not trust us in the future. Is that right, Gloria?
That is correct. If they don't stick to the villages, and then they start also, there's the risk that when you spread out to the neighboring villages, which were not in the baseline survey or in the project document, then you are like spreading thin and not doing what you said you are going to do. And remember, you have signed a memorandum of understanding with Malaria Partners International. So you must stick to those 8 villages and not sharing the drugs, because it will also affect the impact of the project.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But if the people are saving 40% of what they used to spend on malaria drugs, they themselves could put in some money to help their neighboring villages. I don't know if that would be significant enough to make a difference. If they're not spending money on medications anymore, maybe they could help fund other villages.
Yeah, I think that was the answer I gave to them. I told them, let them think about the sustainability. Malaria Partners is not going to be there forever just to supply them drugs. If they have sustainability whereby somebody comes for a test and treat, pay something little, then the little they can use, they can add on the things they already have. So some of the villages accepted that. Then
And
some are yet to debate.
can we assume that if you complete this grant successfully, that then we can go right back to Malaria Partners and ask for money for those other villages?
Phase 2 is possible.
Okay.
They are always willing to serve for a second phase if the first phase is successfully implemented.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good answer.
We want to be successful.
Yeah. And they're looking so much forward to the results of Yumbe, because the approach of Yumbe is quite different.
Okay. We'll do our best.
Did President Rukia, did you invite the Honorable Mahad to give a brief presentation of the youth activities in Yumbe?
Yes.
Go ahead, Honorable.
Yes, thank you so much, the President, Rotary Club Yumbe, and the Rotarians Online. A good evening, everyone. Though my brothers, the other side, are in the morning, here we're in the evening. You are greeted very holy from the office of the District Youth Council Chairperson by the names of Azabo Mahad Kasim. I really don't have much to present as per now, but however, I was delighted by the presentation from the President Rotary Club Yumbe of the aspect of conducting community dialogues. And it is one of the key issues because we have a very big challenge with negative mindset and so many issues pertaining the young people. I hope in those dialogues, you need to do a kind of integrating the young people, let them be part of the dialogues, especially you should put emphasis on the issues of sexual reproductive health rights, should have issues of GBV, teenage pregnancies. When I talk of sexual reproductive health rights, early marriages, substance abuse, negative mindset as well, poor parenting. There's a very big problem in our community of poor parenting. Like right now, it's a school going children are still in our various homes. They're not going to school. The parents are reluctant. So when we have these dialogues, we need to put emphasis and tell the community the benefits of sending a child to school. Then we still have a very big challenge with the young people, which is concerning the high school going children are dropping out of school, which was one of the presentations raised in our meetings here, where the youth or the children are dropping out of school because not because they want, but at home there are issues that are letting them down. However, as Youth Council, we were able to do certain things to also curb some of these challenges. So some of these challenges, we are doing sensitizations in community also, which are also the dialogues. We are also incorporating some of the things that are presented. We're also putting emphasis that there's need to have skilling programs where we are talking to partners to have component of skilling these youth. We are also going to conduct next week, we are going to conduct a kind of career talks in schools. We have sampled the 12 secondary schools. We want to keep on guiding them on how they should be preparing themselves in school and out of school when they are able to finish their studies. Then we also are advocating for issues of youth empowerment. We want to see a kind of drilling the youth into programs that could keep their lives better. Then partners have come in on the issues of teenage pregnancy and so on. They are bringing components of football competitions. Like yesterday, there was a competition between the refugee youth and the host community. The finals were played and it was lively. However, these are some of the few issues that which I can present. I remember there are some quotations from Ziegler. He said, our networks are net worthy. Our networks should be our net worthy. If you are moving alone, you are naked. If you can dream it, you can achieve it. Remember that failure is an event, not a person. In your hands, you hold the seeds of failure. In the process of doing all this, there are challenges, but let's be resistant and persistent in order to overcome some of this, in order to see our community improve better. These are some of the few issues which I can present at this juncture. I'm so delighted for availing me with this moment to have such a word said in this important meeting. I beg to submit and rest my case. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. Rukia has shortly gone out. This is President-elect sitting in for Rukia. Thank you so much, Youth Chairperson, for giving us very elaborative information. Let's hear reactions from in-house and also outside. Thank you so much.
Yes, I want to, sitting president, I want to react to what Honorable Azabo has said. I like the name Azabo because my son, his name is called as, my son-in-law is called Azabo.
Okay.
So Honorable Mahad,
Yes.
what you have noted is good. Sometimes when you go out into the community, there are so many challenges that need to be addressed, and sometimes one person cannot articulate on all the issues. You may need the subject matter specialists, like people from the Ministry of Gender, Labor and Social Development, like the community development assistant should be in such a meeting. So when I look at the photos which were posted by Rukia on the Malaria Partners WhatsApp group, there was a meeting where, of course, everyone is saying, where are the men? Where are the men? Why is it women only in that meeting? So sometimes I think even the youths, they are not interested to listen to such meetings. But if they come, they are the youth men and the youth female. If they are there, those issues can be addressed to them. The issues of reproductive health, the gender-based violence, the drug abuse. I think all those are important discussions when you have the community come together. So if anyone, well, I imagine someone like President-elect Lenny, with her background in public health, I'm sure she can articulate on some of those topics and bring out issues. And if the mothers bring out questions in relation to that subject matter, she can ably answer. If she cannot, the community development assistant could be there, or the health assistant could be there. Even the local councillor who is representing the village, they can also respond and address some of those issues when the community comes together in a meeting. As a social worker, I know that when you bring people together, they will always ask questions in the areas that affect their whole life. So they'll even ask about the goats and the chicken and, and the vegetables and the babies. So it is good that all these issues are addressed holistically. But if the people who have gone to talk about the malaria and maybe how to test and treat, if they're not competent, they should not gamble to give wrong information. They should rather say, maybe in the next meeting, we shall invite a health specialist to come and talk. So that way you keep them covered, and also you don't pass on wrong information.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, thank you so much, our mother Gloria. Maybe any other person would like to react to that?
Yes, may I ask the Honorable Mahad for an update on the Hello Project Yumbe? I did not see that.
Yes. Great. It's a good question. Concerning the hub at the youth center, we have finally completed the construction of the hub. Remaining is the aspect of connectivity. The internet specialist is coming by the end of this week. The 6 remaining hubs that were to be constructed in Yumbe by Hello World are in the process of being completed. By Friday, the 6 hubs will be complete. Then the aspect of connectivity with internet is going to be done as the constructions are going to be done. So the progresses are so marvelous. The communities have seen the benefit of having access to internet, where they are having access to information, and this is going to boost education. That is one of the challenges in the community. And even the issues of health, they will come and do research. The students are doing research. The women, the children are learning so many things in the hub. So it's a very great intervention. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mahad. Mahad, next time, if you are going to the community and you will really like us to talk about sexually reproductive health. In the Rotary Club of Yumbe, there is diversity. I'm a professional person in issues concerning the reproductive health. If you are interested, you can always request us, and we are ready. If there's facilitation, we are never selfish. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good.
And if I may add one other thing, I believe there is a problem in Machangana of the youth going around and cutting the rope of the rope pulleys at night.
Oh,
Is so what the Rotarians are doing is switching to a more expensive pump, the Mark II style pump, which cannot be cut, but it cannot be maintained as easily as a rope pump. Does the Honorable Mahad have any suggestions as to how we might address the youth vandalism going around and destroying the rope pumps after we build them?
Our senior brother, Chris, the issue of vandalization happens because of the component or aspect of idleness, the youth not being in doing anything, because somebody who has dropped out of school, who is not doing anything, looks at any development as source of income, because whatever he does, thinks when I do this, I can get money out of it. Why they are doing vandalization? It's because they think when they are able to get species out of the gadgets installed in place, they will be able to sell them and get money out of it. That's why my emphasis was, can we do a kind of youth empowerment? Can we avail our skills to these youth? Can we put in place things like enterprises where the youth can be busy? They don't think about doing destruction in the community. They are able to have the sense of patriotism, looking at things in the community as their own, that will support and give support in the development of the community. These are some of the things that are communicated here, because I know the issues of youth dropping out of school, not being productive, has caused so many challenges in our community. That's why there are high cases of teenage pregnancies. There are girls going out to this border simply because they lack pads. They don't have petty things to sustain themselves, even having the scholastic materials like the clothes. So when somebody is able to supply them with them, anything can happen. Here they say there's nothing without something. So there's something for something. So this guy.
Hello.
we lost Honorable Mahad.
Yeah.
Yes, it looks like his connection froze. So thank you, Mahad, and please go on with the meeting.
Yes. Any other reaction on top of that one of Mahad? Yes.
Yeah, indeed. Thank you. Thank you so much. I just need to chip in. It is unfortunate we lost Mahad. Indeed, this is a very sad news about cutting the ropes. Indeed, it has been 3 times that the Muzuzu drillers have repaired that well from Machangana. They have been cutting, but the Rotarians have been trying their level best, first of all, by encouraging the youth within the Machangana. What they did is, first of all, to recruit them how to lay the bricks and involve them fully in even construction. So I think to me, I would suggest that Mahad, unfortunately, is not there. We could really involve the local council of that village and even involving the LC3s and then the leaders in the district, and we see how we can handle Machangana. Otherwise, the youth we had employed, we even employed the girls and then the boys also. But unfortunately, some of them decided to leave even. And we had also thought that since we have the machines, of course, these bricks are a bit lucrative in terms of getting some money. And we would also encourage them to even use these machines. They could be also laying the bricks and also money. Those are ways how to keep the youth. Particularly, this project is now within the Machangana village. So that would really be helpful for the youth within the Machangana. So that one needs a teamwork with the local leaders, special L1 chairperson to identify those youth. And then we see how we can handle them. Maybe you can talk to them. These opportunities for them, not any villages. There are some youth who are there who need also learn this, how to lay the bricks using Makiga machine. So I think that one needs us we shall see how to meet with Mahat, and then we see how to rescue the situation in Machangana. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Innocent. What I understand is this youth of these days, they just want something which is very easy. Yeah, just like on a soft plate ready for them to eat. Laying the brick, yes, they are trained on that, but it looks for them, it's a hard work. They don't want to do work which is hard. And then secondly, when we are doing this training, drilling the borehole, we also involve the youth from Machangana, and one by one, they decided to remove themselves off. They also find that the work was also hard for them. So actually, it's very difficult. Maybe, as Innocent said, we fully need to involve Mahat himself as the youth chairperson on ground, and including the LEC1 chairperson of Machangana, then we see whether it will work. Thank you so much. Any reaction? And as it's also time, I think we are coming to end of our meeting. 2-3 minutes, if any reaction before we close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you all for your excellent work and efforts and thoughtful responses. That is very helpful. Yeah. For the global grant, I believe I have sent you the budget that I had tentatively developed to respond to the village's request. Would you look at that budget, especially the cost of items, to make sure that my prices are correct? Everything changes every day, it seems like, in Uganda. So yeah. I need as good of prices as you have. Please send me any comments you have on that budget, and especially on the prices. And do we need anything else in the proposal?
Yes, thank you so much, Chris. You really understand us better. You know situation in Uganda, in Africa, actually, you analyze it better. Prices, as you have said, every day you find changes in the prices. So it's good, we shall go through the document and we shall tell you. And it is always good when we are looking at the prices, we don't need to put it fixed prices, we need to give allowances. And as people handle their finances, you know, these are human beings who also understand the situation, managing projects. Then we shall see if there's something left behind, then we'll always handle it very carefully. Thank you so much. We shall go through that document.
Excellent, thank you.
Oh, okay. As time is now with us, against us, I'm inviting our president finally to come and close the meeting. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, the partners, our mother club, the Rotarians online and the Rotarians in the room. Yeah, it's I think already time. I thank you so much for your support. Your support for the services we're providing. I thank you so much. And also thank the Mother Club Arua for keeping on encouraging us and up to now for being a mother to us since childhood up to now. I thank you people so much for the service you have been giving to us and also the partners who are giving support to Yumbe, who are making Yumbe to shine. I thank you people so much, and the Rotarians, I thank you so much for your service to humanity. With a few words, I think I'm going to close. I'm going to say the final toast myself. We are going to close the meeting with the final toast. We are standing up for the final toast. Thank you. Said by me, Rufia, I give you Rotary International. World over. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening and happy Eid.
Yeah, all right.
Eid is
You're most
tomorrow,
welcome.
isn't it?
Next week.
Next week.
Next
Yes.
week on
Oh, and the photo behind me is the Rotarians offloading the malaria supplies from joint medical stores to do the village work.
Yeah.
So I believe that was actually today that they did that.
Great.
Yeah. Thanks for the wonderful news.
Great.
And thanks for your very informative updates. I always learn so much at these meetings.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. I also wish the men happy Father's Day.
Thank you.
All right, I will end the meeting. It was great seeing
Okay.
you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.